Good evening, friends. How to prepare, write, and qualify the IBC exam is the topic that we have today. Welcome to this PCET's Pune Business School webinar series of 30 days, 30 topics, 30 program. Today we are on 10th day. How to prepare, write, and qualify the IBC exam. Friends, in the last few years, the government of India has brought out many reforms, many earth shaking reforms, which are truly impacting the economy in many ways. One of such reforms is introduction of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Now, this code, why this code has been brought into existence, what is the purpose behind this code, what impact this code is going to create, are the questions that we are going to cover in this session today. We would also be looking at as to how this particular code, IBC code, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, how this is a wonderful opportunity, professional opportunity for the practicing chartered accountants, cost accountants, company secretaries, and lawyers who have had 10 years of past experience of working. And what role they can play in successful implementation of this code, what role they can play and they should play in realizing the vision of the government behind introduction of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. This is the plan that we have today for next 1 hour, and I'm sure, friends, this program is going to be useful for those of you who are wanting to enter the profession of insolvency, who are wanting to appear for this exam of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. The questions that we need to answer today, friends, number one is India versus Japan. I'm sure many of you will know this. Japan and India got independence around the same time. Japan and India got the independence around the same time. Japan got independence in May 1947 and we got independence in August 1947. But in terms of economic development, where is Japan today and where is India today? Japan is a developed economy, almost a 5 trillion economy, $5 trillion economy. We, even though we got independence around the same time as the Japan got, we are still struggling to be a developing country, developing economy. What has been the reason behind the growth in case of Japan and not so much of growth in case of India? And one reason, when I do my research and when I do my reading and when I find out, one reason which comes up very prominently, and that is the culture. Incidentally, or for whatever reason, the kind of policies that were adopted by the Japan as an economy post their independence and the kind of policies that were adopted in our country post independence, there was a diametrical difference. Where the Japan focused on building the national character, the culture of nationality. Incidentally, knowingly or unknowingly, the kind of policies that we adopted in this country generated more a culture, unfortunately, of corruption. Unfortunately, of corruption. As a result of that, Japan today is a developed country and we are still a developing country trying to come to terms with the situation. Of course, the way things are going today, I am sure the day is not very far when India will also overtake Japan, because it has already come from the 11th position in the global economy to the 6th position. I'm sure the day is not going to be very far. The way we are going now, the day is not very far when we will even cross Japan also. So that is one factor that you need to remember when we talk about IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Culture, friends, plays a very important role in the development of any nation. Culture plays a very important role in the development of any economy. And the culture has to be of development. Culture has to be of growth. Culture has to be of promotion. Culture has to be of well-being of every citizen of the country. Culture should not be for the love of the chair, because if the leadership has only love for the chair, then there is a problem. And why there is a problem? Because when the leadership is being driven only by the love for the chair, then the policies that they would adopt are going to be lopsided, and they will be lopsided. That will result into lower growth and development of the economy. So that, friends, I would like you to remember, because that is a reason behind the IBC. So what led to IBC? That is the question we need to ask. What was the reason for the government of India to bring out the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code? It's not that there are no laws in this country, or there have not been laws in this country as regards to a bankruptcy, as regards to insolvency. There have been many laws in the past. But despite all those laws, why did the need arise to introduce another law? And thankfully, this new law, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, nullifies all the past laws, and that means today you have one single law, and that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. We also need to understand, friends, as to what has been the size of NPA in this country. What has been the size of NPAs in this country? And if you know as to what this figure is, you will automatically understand as to where and why was the need for introduction of the IBC code. Friends, as I understand, since the time of independence, the size of the NPAs in this country have been to the tune of more than 56 lakh crore. 56 lakh crore has been the size of NPAs. And I understand that since independence, when a 100 rupee loan was given by the banking system, the record says that what came back to the banks was only 18 rupees. And you can imagine 100 rupees being lent, only what is coming back only is 18 rupees. Size of the NPAs more than 56 lakh crore. Obviously, this requires a massive correction. Massive correction. Hello? Hello? Rishikesh, can you hear me? Okay, right, no, not to worry. कितने देर तक था ये This is all because of the signal problem, because in between sometimes the signal is weak, and when the signal is weak, then there is a disconnection as far as the Zoom session is concerned. So I'm just waiting for the Zoom session to get connected. Am I audible now, Rishikesh? Rishikesh, can you hear me? Yeah, uh, I have joined Rishikesh. Can you hear me? Am I audible now?